Today we're on board the Azimut 42 Verve, and although Azimut Bonetti builds from 42 feet to over 100 meters, this 42-foot boat is packed with features. They learn a lot on those larger boats. A lot of those details are packed into this 42, so let's go for a boat ride and we'll show you them all. So we'll start on the swim platform, as all these videos do, but there's a lot to discuss back here, starting with the new V10 400 Mercury power on this 42 Verve. This morning we ran the boat, and the first thing I noticed is the immediate kind of connection with the water. The planing time is ridiculous on this power plant. It jumps right on plane, you never lose sight of the horizon, and of course it's joystick enabled, position hold, the docking, everything that comes with the joystick on the 400 Mercury. But other than the power plant back here, you have this wonderful storage compartment. You can store cushions for the cockpit, which we'll show you shortly, but you can see all of our canvases back here. You have a dedicated spot for a swim ladder, which can plug in either on the swim patio or on the starboard side back here. And stepping to starboard, we have a Glendinning cable master that's easy with the button right here. So it's not buried inside of a compartment. You can do it almost from a standing position. Makes getting your day started really simple. Another detail in this storage compartment, it has a outlet. So you can charge a C-Bob or any other appliance that you want to put in here. Maybe you have a inflator for water toys. It's just a convenient large space to store bulky items. Coming into the cockpit here on the port side, we have a deployable swim patio. So anything that transforms on the 42, the sunshade, the table, the swim patio, is all controlled right inside of this area here. So those controls are all segregated in one spot. With the push of a button, this folds down completely, easier access to the water. It's really similar to our 48 Verve. You can see this rounded off area here, so everything is ergonomically correct. There's no blunt edges. This lowers right down next to the water, making it simple to enjoy. Another feature of this is the boarding ladder. So when you're dockside at a fixed dock, getting on and off is really simple. Sometimes on the platform back here, although it is a large area to step on, there's lines or shore cords in the way. This is a much easier way to get on and off the boat. So just opposite the TV, which is on the port side, you have this L-shaped sofa in the cockpit. There's a great storage area under this seat. That one's occupied by the storage that's accessed from the platform. But I just want to show you how big this storage is. We have some lines in here. You have access to your main shore power breakers as well, but this is a great, really deep storage area in the cockpit. There's some other really practical details in here. The table is one of those engineering marvels that Azimut is so great at executing, and it recesses completely flush into the floor. Most times when you show someone this boat, they don't notice that this actually comes up and down. So it's in the down position now, and you can see it's totally flush, so no trip hazards. But then if you need to access the technical space, you just pop this latch. You can access your generator, the common area raw water pickup with your strainer on either side. You have a Seakeeper 5 in this boat, as well as a Kohler 11 kW generator. It holds 35 gallons of diesel, which is plenty for the range that this boat has, with 462 gallons of fuel. It's about a 200 nautical mile range, so suitable for all the trips that we do here in Florida to the Bahamas and most other markets as well. But let's go to the helm and we'll talk about some of the other details. So we're here at the helm of the 42 Verve. We have 3 helm seats. The center seat can go up and down, forward and back. And my favorite thing about this boat is the visibility. So this piece of glass with no mullions in it provides perfect visibility. When you're raised up running the boat, you never lose sight of the horizon thanks to the power plant. The boat planes almost immediately. Zero cavitation with the 400 V10 Mercuries. I just love the way that this is set up. You have the Humphrey interceptors on this side. That's a newer system. It replaces trim tabs, so they react a lot more quickly. And that in conjunction with the Seakeeper, the stability of the boat is incredible. We have our Seakeeper display right here. And we talked about the joystick while we were on the transom of the boat. That's located right here. You have the new Mercury shifters. So going into some of the details on these Raymarine screens, you have visibility over any critical system on the boat right from the helm, which is really critical. So here we have some alarms related to bilges and power. There's an alarm if the swim patio is deployed when you go to take off, as an example. You have access to all your power, so you can see the status of all of your different batteries on the boat. And this is more of a navigational themed page, which gives you your tankage, both the gasoline tank for the outboards and the diesel tank for the generator. So we mentioned it holds 34 gallons of diesel and 462 gallons of gas, giving it about around a 200 nautical mile range conservatively. Your freshwater is displayed on here as well. My other favorite thing is the lighting control from the helm here. So before you shut down the boat, you don't have to go chasing light switches around. You can simply manipulate any area of the boat right from this page, and they're all dimmable as well. There's a lot of beautiful recessed rope lighting here at the helm, as well as under the bar in the cockpit. It gives a floating appearance to that area. It's just a tasteful execution of a minor detail that makes a huge difference on this boat. Before we head up to the bow or to the lower deck of the boat, I want to point out the details in this bar area. So you have 2 Kenyon grills here on the port side and a sink with enough leftover countertop space to prepare a lunch or a afternoon snacks. But everything you need during the day can be accessed right here. You don't have to go downstairs for any reason other than for the head. You have a ice maker here, a refrigerator, a garbage can, and some storage over there to the port side. As we head up to the bow here, when you're running this boat, not only do these windows just look cool, they serve a really functional purpose too. So when you're doing a touch and go, maybe picking someone up from a dock and you're by yourself, it's hard to judge that spatial relationship between the hull side and where the dock is. You can view that through these windows. So it makes touch and go pickups or just docking every day really simple. They're also really fun to look out while you're underway too. Running 40 knots in the Bahamas, looking out these windows is pretty incredible. So let's go to the bow. So as we walk up the port side of the boat here, there's a walkway to the bow only on the port side, and the reason for that is when we can get this entire beam width windshield, which is a lot more protection at the helm. So all 3 passengers right behind the windshield here are completely protected. It's just easier to spend longer times at cruise. But here is a sun pad which can comfortably seat 4 adults laying down. These backrests are articulating into 2 positions, so they pop up just like this. And then as you walk forward, this area is completely recessed. So it feels more like you're inside the boat instead of on top of it in this area, which is a lot safer. There's a table that stores right here under this seat and plugs into this really creative mount on the floor. On the starboard side, you have access to a storage area which houses this carbon fiber post, which is a nod to the construction of the 42. Everything above the rub rail on this boat is laminated completely in carbon fiber, so that keeps the center of gravity really low. It allows the Seakeeper to work more effectively, and it's just an overall better construction technique that not every manufacturer is using. At the very front of the boat, you have access to your windlass. You need to tighten the clutch right here, and then your remote is stored in this compartment right here. You have easy access to your chain locker on either side. You can even drop a fender in here if you want. And the last thing I'll point out in the bow is these recessed sockets are actually for a carbon fiber pole that supports an awning. So you can set this area up to be completely shaded. So we're here in the cabin of the 42 Verve all the way forward, and this is a really creative use of space. So they use every inch down here. You have a great spot to be able to lower this table, fill it in with a cushion which stores under here very easily. Goes on top of this table and fills in this area completely to make a berth. You have a TV situated behind this mirror here on the starboard side of the boat, and the high-low mechanism for the table is operated right here. At the complete aft area of the cabin, you'll find this fully enclosed cabin with an actual door. And the height when you walk in here is amazing. It uses every inch available vertically. And you step down into this bed, which is very comfortable. You have your own TV down there, air conditioning, ventilation, and natural light as well. There's a great storage spot behind the headboard back there that's often overlooked, but it's really deep and you can keep a lot of personal items in there. And then really the star of the show down here is the size of this head. So I'm 6 feet tall. You can see I fit in here very comfortably. You have this rain shower head, Tecma head system, sink and a mirror, and a great storage spot here to the left. Creative use of space continues right here in the galley. You have nothing wasted, so there's storage all the way to the aft of this countertop. You can put bottles in there, soaps, cleaning supplies, whatever you need, just like at home. You have a single burner cooktop and then a Miele convection oven, as is the standard on any Azimut of any size. But that's the galley. Moving forward, you have plenty of space. And this kind of doubles as an extension of the galley, or maybe it's part of the forward V-berth storage. But you can see we have some spare parts stored in here. All of our new Azimuts are coming with the Save the Moment kit, which basically includes any replacement part that you would need if you were on a long trip, for example. So bilge pumps, air conditioning pumps, some electrical components, all the basics that you need come in the Save the Moment kit. Another feature we should not overlook is this creative partition that can deploy, and it stops in 3 positions. So if you wanted it just partially down, you could, but it comes all the way to the floor, so you have ultimate option for privacy. And located right here at the entrance to the cabin from the cockpit, you have all of your breakers as well as your ignitions for your engines, and then your power switchover. So switching over the power when you're starting your day is really simple. You come down here, start the generator with one push of a button, switch your power selector over to generator, and that's all done in a convenient spot right from the cockpit of the boat. And then your engine ignition keys are all right here too. And down here you have your battery switches, which are all electrically actuated. You don't have to go in the bilge to turn these on. You turn your services, all 3 engines, and your generator on right from this same panel as well. Thanks again for joining us on today's tour of the Azimut 42 Verve. If you have questions about this Azimut or anything else we have in stock, feel free to contact me. My number is on the screen.